I have with me two fabulous individuals, and I'm really excited to talk to Stefan Coleman and Billy Wright. Billy is the CEO of I always get it wrong, you guys. I'm sorry. Momentum, Title, and Escrow.
Yeah.
And Stefan is the COO of I can't say it. I can't. I'm so sorry. And I'm not going to
You'll
even
say
cut
it
this
by the
out.
end.
That's right. Tell me who I am. I should let you guys introduce yourself. In any way, I'm delighted to have you here with me today. So let's talk about title companies and tell me what you guys do. Because first of all, I should say that you are Black owned. Hello, hello. And so talk to me about your title company.
So Momentum Title and Escrow was formed about 3 years ago. I've been in the industry for almost 18 years come December. Stefan's been in the title industry about 8 years. Yeah, about 8 years. Stefan and I met. It's a really cool story. We met at the title company I was working at, and this is how we kind of clicked instantly. So he had a closing, and one of the buyers was present, and one of the buyers could not be present. And I love telling this story because it tells more about like how we formed and how we are as a company. So one of the buyers couldn't be at the closing because they had to work. And Stefan, of course, as a realtor, you're looking at it like, what are we gonna do? I need to get my buyers into this house, right? So I'm like, he's like, hey, she's at work, and she actually worked at a hospital in the ER. So I'm like, I'll do it, and he's like, you'll go there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll go do it. And it's one thing for someone to kind of just like step up, but it's like, no, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna call you when it's done, I'm gonna get the docs back here to the title company. And it was like, whoa, because he's been in, real estate for, multiple decades, to be like, I've never seen this, right? And that kind of is like the start of where everything that makes momentum formed, because we do everything different. It's rare that we're going to say no. And we're going to reach out to a million people before it's no, I'm sorry, we can't do this because of such and such, but we're going to always go above and beyond. And I really like the way our relationship formed from that day, because that's what momentum really is about.
I
So,
love that story.
yeah.
For those
I
people who are not necessarily aware, a title company, you always need it when you're going to closing on a home. So that's what Billy was talking about, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And so,
Yeah.
Stefan, talk about more about the type of services that someone gets at a title company.
Sure. So that's where you would go to do, your closing when you're doing the final part of the transaction, right? The buyer's bringing the money, uh, the buyer's bringing the money and the seller is bringing the keys, basically, right? And so, it's a happy day because all the work and things that have gone on to this point leads you to this moment. And so, like Billy's echoing, right? What really sets us apart as a company is we have that can-do attitude. And so, even the story that she told, right? All that stuff was last minute, right? And so it wasn't like, oh, she had a day to prepare or 6 hours or something like that. It was literally the day of, and like the morning, it was like the morning of, and we were supposed to close, and then ER nurse gets called in. What can you do? And she was like, oh, we're gonna make this happen. And so it was just total organically where, I've been in the real estate industry for 23 years and I haven't seen, any company that has that amount of flexibility, to get the job done. Most people say, oh, well, you guys are gonna have to schedule for another day, another time, and anybody who's been in the industry knows that you can't, things don't always work that way, right?
Right.
And so, so one of the things that we pride ourselves on is, just being as flexible as possible for all parties involved. And the more notice you can give us, the better it is. And so, if it's a thing where somebody's a truck driver and they, their schedule, they work, they sleep all day and then work at night. If they're a nurse, if they're a pilot, it doesn't matter. We're the company here for you. Or even if you just have a regular traditional 9 to 5, but you can't take off, right? And so
Mhm.
our thing is if you can't or don't want to take off, then hey, that's okay. We're here to make sure we provide the service that you need at a time that's convenient for you. And so as long as it doesn't affect the timeline of the transaction, then we're here to work with you. Because at the end of the day, you know, they are the clients, right? And so
Mhm.
our job is to cater to them and make sure that everything goes smoothly.
So what does that mean when you say that you go the extra mile? Like, do you work weekends or you work
Yeah.
late or no, I'm
Yes,
serious because
yes,
some
No,
yes,
people
we
know,
do.
9 to 5 is a title company, da da da. So talk to me.
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Go
you
ahead,
want to
Billy.
take?
No, go ahead, Billy.
Okay, so I love this about us because real estate is not 9 to 5 and it's not Monday through Friday.
You got that right.
It's not. I mean, even your clients, they're looking at properties that, 1 o'clock in the morning and they're sending it to you. It's like, when you get that contract ratified and you're like, hey, I need my client to have, wiring instructions, and you send that offer, the ratified contract over on a Sunday, we're responding back on a Sunday, like, hey, here's the wiring instructions for your client to go to the bank Monday morning. So we don't have traditional hours. I can't even say the hours that we have because like I'm so sorry. Our emails are on our phones. We always have our laptops with us
Yeah.
and we're always open.
Wow.
That's
Okay. So other than coming to you guys, because I'm buying a house and I want to go to settlement, what else does a title company do? Because I assure you, most people do not know.
So one of the biggest things that we do, and I think that most people aren't aware, is try to help you secure, the property that you may already own, right? And so when you talk about like legacy and things like that, where who's going to own Big Mama's house, right? So Big Mama's still alive, and everybody going over for Thanksgiving or Sunday
Mm-hmm.
dinners and those type of
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, when God calls her home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is all of us are going to get called home
Yep.
someday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now how is that property passed on to the subsequent generations?
Yep.
And so a lot of people believe that, oh, we have a will and that's going to take care of it. And the answer is really no, it's not. Right. And so our job is to educate individuals who, everybody that most people have some form of property, whether it's land, townhouse, condo, single family, that somebody in their family is going to leave to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if it's not grandma, it could be your auntie, it could be your uncle, it could be you,
Yeah.
right? What do you need to do to make sure that what your last wishes are taken care of the way that you want, and your family's not being penalized because of lack of paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so we're here to give people different options on how do you go about passing on your property to subsequent generations. And so that's one of the biggest things I think people are unaware of, because, especially in the minority communities, in the Black community especially, we lose a lot of money at the time of death, right? Dealing with the states and probate and all those type of things. Whereas if you deal with the title company, who can then put you in contact, if needed, with other professionals to get your estate to a point where some of those concerns can be alleviated, while everyone is still living and coherent and all those good things. And so that's one of the biggest things that we really look forward to doing. That's one of the things that we handle on a daily basis, is getting people stuff in order, whether they're doing trust or they're doing other type of deed related um, situations, to ensure that their family's legacy, everything that you work for and that they've worked for sometimes their entire lives, is passed down the way that they want.
And I can attest to the number of people who, for whatever reason, they didn't have a will, or they didn't think about it. Or, I mean, look at Prince, for goodness sake,
Uh,
all that money he had. I mean, what was that about?
I
But I
yeah.
also want to talk a little bit about, because I wish we had more time because we never do, the community. I know that you guys are really entrenched in the community and do a number of things. So, Billy, talk about what you guys do in the community.
We do a lot.
Don't be
It's
modest, girl. Tell me.
I know.
Talk to me.
This is my happy time. Like this
Oh,
really, because one of our slogan is from the community for the community. And that's big for Stefan and myself. You know, Stefan's from DC, Southeast. I'm from Montgomery County, but a lot of people say, "Oh, you're from Montgomery County," but
I'm not gonna hold it against you.
I know, but I was raised with 11, well, 10 other siblings, so life wasn't as easy as
Whoa.
people think. I know.
Okay.
So, one of the main things being with all those siblings is food. So, I
Right.
like periodically throughout the year, we literally just, we work with realtors, we'll work with other organizations. If they say, hey, it's Ramadan, because during that time it's a lot of giving. I want to give to the homeless people outside, and like all what is that, Oakey Street in DC. We'll go just post up, grab, 50 pizzas and feed them until it's all gone. Waters, because it's really hot this summer.
Yeah.
So a lot of cold waters. We do our back to school drive. This is our fifth year doing it. Yeah, we partner with the nonprofit and we stuff the backpacks. And it's not just the basic small backpack. We actually get the because kids in PG County need clear book bags.
Yeah.
So we get the 300 clear book bags. We get 150 pink, well, 75 pink, 75 black, because boys and girls.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
and we actually go to the schools and get their list, their supplies list, and actually get everything on the list and stuff the backpacks, so the parents not wondering, like, do I still have to get this or am I missing this? Once you pick that up, you pick it up. It's fully done. So all you need is your uniforms or a pair of shoes. So and then the good thing is we also this year it's PG County's event that we're actually donating the 300 backpacks to. So they'll have like coupons for uniforms and like discount codes for shoes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a whole big like event.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also do the Christmas. So every year we pick a Title I school, because a lot of these schools have kids that are homeless, kids who don't have any gifts at all, and we drop the gifts off the week before the kids leave for winter break. And so last year was pretty cool because the principal said that parents were calling saying their kids had no gifts, like none. And so when we dropped it off, it was just like this was more than what we even expected because they have nothing. Yeah, so we take donations, and it's through a nonprofit, so they'll actually get a receipt and stuff like that. And we take the donations. We'll either buy the gifts or we pull the money from ourselves and buy it because they have nothing. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I love it.
And you guys have been doing this 5 years?
Yeah.
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 How
And
long
Billy,
has Momentum been in existence?
You want to take that stuff on? Because
sure.
started from the beginning.
Sure. So we purchased a title company. I was one of the original owners in the previous title company, which is it would have been 9 years this year. 8 years, I'm sorry, 8 years this year. And then we purchased it 3 years ago. So as Billy mentioned, we started this even before we had even purchased and created Momentum Title. We were already doing it 2 years prior. And so then now it's under, the auspices of, Momentum itself. But I mean, this is something that, as Billy said, and you can find it right on our website, is right there in, first page, from the community for the community. And so this is not, this is our ethos. This is not something that we just say. It's something that we are actually doing. And, and we're looking to grow, right? And grab market share and things like that. And so the larger that we get, the greater footprint that we're able to get in the community, right? And the community is however macro, you want it to be, right? It can be the entire DMV, it can be the entire East Coast, it can be the entire country, it can be the entire world, right? We're not limiting our goals. And so then the more that that we're able to grow, then the more we're able to do as well. And so, Billy is always keeping her eyes and ears open, especially for any type of opportunity to do good. And so, and so then it's like, okay, this is out here, are we going, because the need, as we all know, the need is so great. You wish you can do it all, but some
Yeah.
things you have to see, okay, where is the greater impact perhaps at that, particular time. But this is the thing that we're really trying to be change agents within the growth, the overall community, as business owners, as business leaders. And so, like you said, title, people, we're trying to redefine what title companies are known for, right? It's obviously doing the expert service that everybody knows title companies provide. However, our goal is to be a true bedrock, a true partner with the community, for the community, that people know and trust, and then they'll actually see how supporting us, we in turn are able to support it, right? Even more. And so that's something that we're really definitely excited about. And that's how it goes.
That's
Some of 'em.
fabulous. Having said that, starting just on a micro level,
Sure.
do you service the entire DMV area?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
we're licensed in DC, Maryland, Virginia, Tennessee, and Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I think I changed the pictures on here. Oh, you guys, technology is not my thing. So sorry. Anyway, who cares? Okay,
That's
so
so nice.
it's DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yes.
Okay, I never have enough time with this, and I am really sorry that our time today has come to an end, but I want to make sure that people can get in contact with you. I'm also going to leave some information on the outro, but Billy, take us out here. Let us know where we can get in contact with you guys.
Yes. So the main number is 301-298-7877. From that number, you can get in contact with our entire team by pressing the number, and it will revert directly to our cell phones, or you can check us out on our website, momentumtitledmv.com.
Not millennium people, it's momentum. Momentum
We want the
title.
millenniums to buy homes, though.
I know.
That's
We
right.
want them to buy
Millennium
homes. That's why.
That's right.
And
That's
just
right.
for the heck of it, tell people where you're located in what city.
Yes, we're in Greenbelt, Maryland. It's 6305 Ivy Lane, Suite 275. Come on by. We're still collecting donations for school supplies, so
Until when?
until the 16th of this month. The event is on the 17th to pick up their backpacks.
Okay. Now, people who are going to watch this next month don't know what this month is. So let's be clear.
Oh,
What month is
August.
this?
August 16th.
You want to say the year
August.
too?
Well, they can drop off supplies for next year.
Okay. All right, you guys, it has been a pleasure talking to you both. I really do appreciate it. I screwed up the name, but it's Momentum. Momentum,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
I told you would know by the end.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, it's been a pleasure. I hope that you guys get a whole lot more business. And more than that, I hope, because you guys really are part of the community, I hope that the community comes and really supports you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Margot. Really appreciate your time and giving us this opportunity to speak to the community. So thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.